Kola Nuts. Kola nuts have been valued in West Africa for centuries and are deeply connected to local culture and trade. They grow on the kola tree, native to tropical forests in countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. In many communities, offering a kola nut to a guest is a traditional sign of hospitality and respect. The nuts contain natural caffeine, which gives them a bitter taste and a strong stimulating effect. For generations, people have chewed kola nuts to stay alert during long journeys, work, or ceremonies. Kola nuts also played an unexpected role in the history of soft drinks. In the late 1800s, extracts from kola nuts were used in early cola beverages, which is where the word cola originally comes from. The kola tree can grow up to about 20 meters tall and produces star-shaped pods filled with several seeds. These seeds are the kola nuts themselves. Even today, kola nuts remain an important part of West African traditions and are commonly used in weddings, ceremonies, and community gatherings. Candlenuts. Candlenuts come from a tropical tree native to Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands. For centuries, these nuts have been an important part of local cultures in places like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Hawaii. The name candlenut comes from an unusual property. The nuts contain a large amount of oil, and in ancient times, people would string them together and light them like candles, where each nut slowly burned for several minutes. In cooking, candle nuts are commonly used in Southeast Asian dishes as a thickener for sauces and curries. However, they must always be cooked first because raw candle nuts contain mild toxins that can make people sick. The candlenut tree can grow over 20 meters tall and produces round fruits with a hard shell inside. Once cracked open, the seed inside is the candlenut itself. Even today, candlenuts remain widely used in traditional cuisines and cultural practices across many tropical regions. Ginkgo nuts. Ginkgo nuts come from the ginkgo tree, one of the oldest living tree species on Earth. Often called a living fossil, the ginkgo tree has existed for over 200 million years and survived even the age of dinosaurs. The nuts are actually the seeds of the ginkgo fruit and have been used in East Asia for thousands of years. In countries like China, Japan, and Korea, they are commonly used in traditional dishes and ceremonies. Ginkgo seeds have a soft, slightly sweet flavor when cooked, but they must be prepared carefully. The raw seeds contain natural toxins and can be harmful if eaten in large amounts. Ginkgo trees are also famous for their fan-shaped leaves and their ability to survive harsh environments. In fact, several ginkgo trees in Hiroshima survived the atomic bombing in 1945 and continued to grow. Today, ginkgo nuts remain an important ingredient in East Asian cuisine and are often served during special celebrations and festivals. Tiger nuts. Tiger nuts aren't actually nuts at all. They're small underground tubers that grow from a plant called Cyperus esculentus, a type of sedge related to grasses. Despite the name, tiger nuts have been eaten for thousands of years. Archaeologists even found them in ancient Egyptian tombs, showing they were part of the Egyptian diet over 4,000 years ago. Tiger nuts have a naturally sweet, nutty flavor and are often eaten dried or roasted. In Spain, they're famous for making horchata de chufa, a sweet plant-based drink that has been popular for centuries. The plant grows small edible tubers beneath the soil, which are harvested, dried, and cleaned before being eaten. Today, tiger nuts are valued for their fiber, natural sweetness, and long history as one of the oldest cultivated foods in the Mediterranean and Africa. Baru nuts. Baru nuts come from the baru tree, which grows in the Brazilian Cerrado, a vast tropical savanna in South America. For centuries, local communities have harvested these nuts from wild trees scattered across the region. The nuts are hidden inside a very hard fruit shell, which must be cracked open to reach the edible seed inside. Because of this tough shell, harvesting baru nuts can be difficult and time-consuming. When roasted, baru nuts develop a rich flavor often compared to a mix of peanuts and cashews. They are commonly eaten as snacks or used in traditional Brazilian sweets and dishes. The baru tree can grow over 20 meters tall and plays an important role in the Cerrado ecosystem, providing food for both people and wildlife. Today, baru nuts are gaining global attention as a nutritious superfood, valued for their high protein content and sustainable harvesting from wild forests. Malabar Chestnut. Malabar chestnuts come from a tropical tree native to Central and South America. Despite the name, they aren't closely related to true chestnuts and are actually the seeds of a tree called Pachira aquatica. The tree grows naturally in wetlands and riverbanks, producing large green pods filled with several edible seeds. When the pods ripen, they split open to reveal the nuts inside. Malabar chestnuts can be eaten raw, roasted, or ground into flour. In many regions, they are used in local cooking and sometimes roasted for a flavor similar to peanuts or chestnuts. The tree itself is also famous as the money tree, a popular ornamental plant often grown indoors for decoration. Today, Malabar chestnuts remain both a traditional food source and a widely recognized plant grown around the world. Sacha Inchi nuts. Sacha Inchi nuts come from a plant native to the Amazon rainforest of South America, sometimes called the Inca peanut. These seeds have been cultivated by indigenous communities for thousands of years. The plant produces star-shaped pods that contain several seeds inside. Once harvested, the seeds are usually roasted to make them edible. Sacha Inchi nuts have a crunchy texture and a flavor similar to peanuts or roasted soybeans. They are also known for being rich in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. The plant grows as a climbing vine that spreads through tropical forests and farms across countries like Peru, Colombia, and Ecuador. Today, Sacha Inchi is gaining global popularity as a nutritious snack and a source of plant-based oil used in health foods and supplements. Paradise nuts. Paradise nuts come from large trees that grow deep in the Amazon rainforest of South America. These trees can grow over 40 meters tall and have been part of the region's ecosystems for centuries. The nuts grow inside thick, woody pods that hang high in the forest canopy. When the pods fall to the ground, they break open to reveal the edible seeds inside. Paradise nuts have a rich, buttery flavor and are sometimes compared to Brazil nuts because they come from related tree species. However, these nuts are rarely eaten in large amounts. Paradise nuts naturally contain high levels of selenium, a mineral that is healthy in small doses but can be harmful if consumed too frequently. Because of this, paradise nuts are usually eaten sparingly, though they remain an interesting and unique product of the Amazon rainforest.